Marvel introduced a significant transformation to one of its most iconic characters, Galactus, several years ago. Historically, this colossal villain had been synonymous with planetary consumption ever since his inception and had posed a universal threat. However, in the aftermath of the momentous Secret Wars event, which had profound consequences for the multiverse, Marvel unveiled a new incarnation of Galactus. This change, which extends beyond mere appearance, has been a source of astonishment for fans. In this video, we will delve into this remarkable transformation. Lifebringer Galactus, like the traditional Galactus, ranks among Marvel's most formidable characters. What sets him apart is the fascinating transformation he underwent. While retaining his fundamental powers and strengths, he shed his insatiable hunger for planetary destruction and instead gained the extraordinary ability to create planets. In this video, we aim to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of Galactus the Lifebringer, consolidating all the essential information in one place. We will delve into the origins of this remarkable character and assess his power in comparison to other influential figures in the Marvel Universe. We have curated a collection of intriguing facts to keep you engaged throughout the exploration. Stay tuned for more. Who is Lifebringer Galactus? As many are aware, the multiverse was left in disarray in the aftermath of the Secret Wars narrative. The Ultimates, a group of immensely powerful individuals, embarked on a mission of cosmic proportions to address these multiverse-spanning issues and restore universal equilibrium. One of their primary concerns revolved around Galactus and his unrelenting cosmic hunger, allowing him to continue devouring planets within the already chaotic universe, but only exacerbate the problems. To tackle this issue, the Ultimates devised an ingenious plan. They lured Galactus into the very incubator that had originally birthed him, but with a profound twist. Instead of repeating the process that created him, they subjected him to its polar opposite. This transformation meant that the new Galactus would no longer serve as a force of planetary destruction, but rather would become Galactus the Lifebringer. Remarkably, his first act in this new role was the restoration of a planet, Archaeopia, and the irony lies in the fact that this was the very first planet he had ever devoured. But what transpired next in this comic transformation? As the Ultimates prepared to leave the multiverse in order to assess the extensive damage caused by the time travel, a momentous shift occurred. Galactus, acting upon the behest of the multiversal incarnation of eternity, was dispatched to halt their journey. He successfully thwarted the Ultimates' expedition, forcing their return to Earth. However, in the process, Galactus uncovered a truth concealed by eternity, the revelation of his own imprisonment. Now burdened with the task of identifying the cosmic jailer responsible for eternity's captivity, Galactus sought the assistance of the Anti-Man. Together, they recruited the Ultimates, forging them into his heralds of life. When the Anti-Man gathered the Ultimates and solicited Galactus' aid, the Lifebringer was summoned to Superflow, facing charges for his transformation at the behest of Lord Chaos and Master Order. These two cosmic entities, deeply disconcerted by the alteration of Galactus, viewed it as a violation of the established cosmic hierarchy. The Living Tribunal, entrusted with the responsibility of adjudicating the validity of Galactus' transformation, issued a verdict in Galactus' favor, permitting him to persist in his new existence. The tribunal asserted that the cosmic hierarchy was still in the process of being formed within this emerging reality, hence not yet established. In response, Lord Chaos and Master Order acted decisively, launching an attack that ultimately resulted in the death of the Living Tribunal. Subsequently, Lord Chaos and Master Order endeavored to revert Galactus to his prior state, yet the very principle that facilitated their action against the tribunal, the absence of a hierarchical character, prevented them from imposing their will upon Galactus. He stood on an equal footing with Chaos and Order. Following this, Order and Chaos departed the Superflow, leaving behind an unfeebled Galactus. They merged into a new, more formidable entity known as Logos. In time, they reappeared and temporarily reverted Galactus to his former state, reigniting his insatiable hunger. Thankfully, this reversal was a brief duration. The Anti-Man, in a selfless act of sacrifice, employed his powers to transform Galactus into the Lifebringer once more. In a sense, this transformation of Galactus marked a compelling welcome stage, albeit temporary. How strong is Lifebringer Galactus? When Galactus underwent his transformation into the Lifebringer, his fundamental powers and abilities remained intact, ensuring he retained his standard might. Galactus originated from the union of the sentience of the universe, representing the prior universe, and Galen of Ta. He is described as the corporeal transformed embodiment of cosmos. While not an abstract, ethereal entity, Galactus stands as a living force of nature, dedicated to rectifying imbalance between the conceptual being's eternity and death. Most living entities cannot perceive his true form. Instead, they perceive him in a manner tailored to their race, beliefs, or religious inclinations. For instance, to the Cobrunites, he appeared as a humanoid star named Ashtar. However, his genuine appearance remains a mystery. On one occasion, it was suggested that the Silver Surfer caught a glimpse of it, describing it as a radiant, yellowish and luminous humanoid figure, shimmering with energy. Galactus wields a potent cosmic energy known as the Power Cosmic, granting him mastery over the fundamental forces that govern the universe, such as gravity, magnetism, and energy. Consequently, he possesses the capability to generate and manipulate all forms of energy, granting control over various types of matter. Empowered by the Power Cosmic, Galactus can accomplish a myriad of extraordinary feats, encompassing universal cosmic awareness, telepathy, telekinesis, energy projection, changes in size and strength, matter transmutation, teleportation of himself, other individuals, or objects across space, the creation of nearly impervious force fields or interdimensional portals, the bestowment of life and the revival of the deceased, even those disintegrated, manipulation of souls, memories, emotions, and control over celestial bodies. He can resurrect entire populations, recreate deceased worlds in intricate detail, and incite cosmic cataclysms, such as the simultaneous destruction of multiple solar systems. Galactus also has the capability to grant or enhance the powers of other individuals. With his psionic abilities encompassing telepathy, Galactus can delve into the thoughts of virtually any entity, circumventing their mental defenses. The core distinction between Galactus and the Lifebringer variant lay within their hunger. The Lifebringer Galactus was emancipated from his insatiable appetite, eliminating the need to consume planets. Instead, he gained the power to regenerate planets complete with life forms. His new Lifebringer form possessed such might that he could withstand the assaults of Lord Chaos and Master Order. Who can beat Lifebringer Galactus? Now that we have concluded our introductory part, let us see how Lifebringer Galactus stands against other cosmic beings in order to determine the true value of his powers and abilities. Now, Lifebringer Galactus didn't do much fighting during his lifespan, but he has demonstrated enough powers for us to evaluate whether he could defeat some of Marvel's other powerful characters. Before we actually continue, you have to understand that Lifebringer Galactus wasn't all that more powerful than the regular Galactus. He lost his hunger and thus one major weakness. But aside from that, he was pretty much the same guy, for better or more worse. One major issue is that he was written by an author who did not have much of a sense for power scaling, so things might seem imbalanced at one point, but we'll try to approach each clash objectively. This applies to all three subsections. Lifebringer Galactus vs Thanos. Thanos is an exceptionally intriguing character, and the clash between him and Galactus would undoubtedly be epic. However, an unaltered Thanos devoid of any enhancements would find himself significantly outmatched by Galactus, whether it be conventional version of the cosmic entity or the Lifebringer Galactus. Galactus's power far surpasses that of Thanos, rendering him the victor in a direct confrontation, a scenario that has indeed unfolded in the past. Nevertheless, it's worth noting that Thanos is not one to concede defeat easily. On the other hand, with the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos becomes one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel's universe, and he certainly exceeds Galactus's power levels, whether it is a regular Galactus or a Lifebringer iteration. This is why we are certain that a Gauntlet-enhanced Thanos would certainly defeat Lifebringer Galactus. Lifebringer Galactus vs Eternity. Eternity stands as an immensely potent entity within the Marvel Universe, securing a position among the most formidable characters in the Marvel's expansive roster. When juxtaposed with Galactus in his standard form, Eternity significantly overshadows him. This disparity is not only due to Galactus appearing as a mere dwarf in comparison to Eternity's grandeur, but also because the scope of Eternity's powers resides on a wholly distinct level. In a face-off, Eternity would unquestionably triumph over Galactus's regular manifestation. Lifebringer Galactus and Eternity haven't fought, but they have met in the comics. Lifebringer Galactus found that someone chained Eternity and was tasked with finding who it was. It was obvious even here that Lifebringer Galactus had enormous respect for Eternity and that he acknowledged him as the more powerful being. So this was all we know about Lifebringer Galactus. See you next time, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, and do let us know what you think about this in the comment box.